Alrighty, hi cooks, ready for this week's cooking lesson. This one is coming from another one of our cooking fans, the Frankenbergs. Now, this is a recipe that is strongly envied by all staff. When this walks in those children's lunches, we all start to get hungry and we're quite jealous. So we're making Frankenberg fried rice. So we've got a few things we need to do first, so we're ready for the end. I'm lucky, my sous chef, who's just walking past me in the kitchen, has prepped most of tonight's recipe, so I don't have much to do. First thing, we've got a sneaky cheat. You need to get your rice ready. Now, we cheat a bit and we've got rice that just needs to be microwaved, but very important you do that first. Frankenbergs tell me it's fine to do later, but my sous chef tells me it must be cold. So I'm going to follow his rules since he did all the hard work today. I'm going to put my rice in the microwave first so it's ready to go. Then I'm going to get my eggs ready. I'm going to put the rice in and I'll be back. Alrighty, everyone knows that the best fried rice has little bits of egg in it. So good. So for that you need a bowl, an egg. If you've got a locally laid egg, they're the best ones. They're always better than the ones in the store. Maybe go see the Frankenbergs for that. Alrighty, an egg, a bit of salt, maybe a bit of pepper, a bit of milk. Alrighty, we are going to whisk it up and then I'm going to fry it like a pancake. So I've got a little pan on the stove. And I'm going to pop my mix in there just like a pancake. I'm going to let it sit, then I'm going to flip it, then I'm going to take it out. Alrighty, so our egg is cooked and flipped and done. We'll get back to that later. So now to cook the fried rice. So I have got an electric wok that I'm going to be cooking in, but for you it could be in a fry pan. You might have a wok, you might have a pan wok. Ask mum. Before you start the cooking, you need to do the chopping. Tonight the chopping's been done for me. First we'll be adding onion, garlic, ginger, salt and pepper, bacon, and some capsicum. After that starts cooking, we're going to add some frozen peas and there's some corn in there. Frozen peas and corn. Some zucchini, and we're going to grate some carrot, but you can use whatever's in your fridge. So if you've got bok choy or spinach or tomatoes, whatever, just chop it up and get it ready to put in there. Alrighty, we're also going to need some sauces. We've got sesame oil for the start, sweet chili, and my sous chef is going to bring me some soy. And that should be all you need. Plus, have a think about what meat you want to put in there. Have a chat to mum and see if you've got leftovers. We didn't have leftovers, so we're marinating some beef in some Mongolian sauce. But you could put sausage in there, you could put extra mince, you could put shredded chicken, whatever extra mince, or you could just have it with veggies instead of meat. Okay, ready to start cooking? Alrighty, who remembers what goes in first? Onion, oil, bacon, garlic, ginger, and capsicum. I should mention, wait until your pan is hot and your oil is hot before you put anything in. Do any of you know why I put the capsicum in a bit later than the bacon? Can you guess what type of bacon I like? Crispy bacon. Now here comes one of the tricky bits. So now you've got to figure out and keep an eye while you're pushing around your vegetables. When you think the slowest cooker is cooked, so it depends on what you've got in there. Is it the carrot, the peas, the corn? I think in my case it's the zucchini. So I'm going to wait until the zucchini looks like it's cooked, like a bit softer, and then I'm going to add in the rice. I think my fried rice base is looking pretty good. I think it's the color of the rainbow, which is good to aim for because it means there's lots of different important nutrients in there. It's really lots of vitamins and minerals that come from different colored vegetables and fruits. So I think we're doing good. Alrighty, so now it's time for our rice and our sauces. If you are cooking your own rice, can you tell me, it was a really easy way to remember how to cook rice. For 1 cup of rice, how much water do you need? Anyone? 1.5 cups. 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. It's always the same. Now, what are we putting in here, sous chef? We are putting in soy sauce with a bit of brown sugar, apparently.
You don't have to use it all, it's bigger.
You could put some sweet chili in there, just soy, honey, hoisin. Ask your mum and dad what kind of sauces they might have that you could put in there. And then we're almost done. You want to mix this around until it's all warm. Because your rice is already cooked. Okay, last few things before we get started. Did you put meat in yours? Because we haven't quite yet. What we've got here is we've got some beef that was marinated in some Mongolian spices and sauces. So we're going to fry it off and serve it on top. And then we've got some egg here. So I'm going to show you what to do with the egg. So at the moment mine looks like a half pancake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it up. And then chop it. So then we'll have some nice little chunks of egg through our rice. On a side note, anyone who's curious about our beef, it's beef fillet and it's sliced really thin, and then it's got soy, sesame oil and corn flour. And what are we doing later?
I'll get to that.
We'll get to that later, apparently. We'll tell you. Rice is done, eggs are done, meat. So we've got Mongolian beef. I'm going to teach that while we're here. So we've coated our beef in some corn flour. I've got a special treat to show you at the end that Finch and I have cooked in this oil here. So I'm going to put this oil in the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to toss the beef until it's lightly fried. Alrighty, so time to cook the beef. So we had our beef. I've tossed it in a third of a cup of corn flour. I'm going to put a third of a cup of oil in our wok to fry the beef in. I'm going to make sure it's plenty hot before we pop it in. And I'm going to do that by just putting the end of one of the pieces in. You can just fast forward until the end if you aren't cooking the Mongolian beef part. It's not quite sizzling, so I'm going to let it get a little bit hotter. Alrighty, so if yours got a bit hot and poppy like mine did, make sure you've got mum and dad helping you, because I don't want you hurting yourself with that oil. I put enough in just so I covered the bottom. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put the next lot in till it's all cooked. Alrighty, so last bit here for the beef. I'm following guidance, so if I get it wrong, bear with me. There might be a voice that comes from behind the iPad to tell me off. I have got some dried chilies that I'm going to throw straight into that oil. Okay, they're whole, so I can take them out later. And I'm going to put how much ginger? Teaspoon of ginger-ish. Pop that in there. I'm going to let that do its thing for a few seconds. Oh, that ginger smells good. Next up, I've got some garlic. About the same. Teaspoon-ish. I'm going to mix that around. Next, I'm going to put in, is that half a cup of stock?
It's going to be a quarter.
Quarter of a cup of stock. And quarter of a cup of soy sauce.
Yep.
This is going to become our sauce for our beef. And we're going to pop in, ooh, look at that boil. Some salt. And some pepper, white pepper. And we're going to let it boil away, simmer, so I should turn it down for 2 minutes. So I'm going to turn it down a little and put a little of my corn flour in. That was supposed to come from the bottom of the bowl, but we were a bit efficient and already washed it. So I'm going to stir it.
Before the meat.
Oh, it's super thick now, so I'm going to pop there some onion and some capsicum that Finch cut up earlier. And we're going to put them in there for about a minute till they're a bit softer. So I'm going to cook this until the onion's soft and the capsicum will be soft at the same time. Then I'm going to add some brown sugar, and then once the brown sugar is dissolved, I'll add the meat back in. So I'm going to put the meat back in to warm up, and I'm going to cook that until it soaks up most of the sauce, and then it'll be ready to go on our fried rice. Alrighty, so now it's time to serve up. So we've got our rice, egg, meat, and we've got a secret as well. So I'm going to put some rice in there. Yummy. And then on top of the rice, you might have mixed yours in. I'm going to put some of our yummy Mongolian beef. Ooh. Straight from the store it looks. Ooh. I gotta watch out for those chilies though. And then on top of that, we've got our egg. And our Mongolian beef and fried rice. We are going to serve with some prawn crackers.